Next up on the list, you notice my dog right here. He counted for 5.2 mil on the cap this past season. I'm talking Cam Sutton, baby. And yes, he's my friend. And yes, I had the privilege and honor of calling his name on draft night. So yes, I would like for my friend to stay in Pittsburgh, please. He has my vote. Extend him.
I'm with you. Bring him back. I think he's a great defensive leader for this team.
I love it, man. He's my guy.
He's in the prime of his career.
Yes.
After we signed him from letting Mike Hilton go, I think he outplayed that contract.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
The interesting thing, here's what's funny. So we're talking about definitely cutting William Jackson, right?
Let us know in the chat too, man. We want Cam Sutton back, yes or no? Let us know.
We're definitely cutting William Jackson and probably Akello.
Yeah.
That's going to clear up like 16-ish or 17-ish in cap space.
What's your number for him?
Well, I'm looking at this right now. Hilton got 6 when he left here.
Yeah, because he had the long term. He had the multi-year
4
deal.
years.
Yeah, he had the multi-year
$24 million. Spot Rack has his market value around 7 right now. So it's probably around that range. Although I do think, this is tough. I think Hilton may have had more buzz because of his role here in Pittsburgh and his blitzing and stuff. It's arguable Cam Sutton played better these last 2 years than what Mike Hilton did.
I think their roles were just different.
Yeah. Or maybe meant more to the defense.
I think the roles were just different. Think about it. We're about to try to minimize the slot corner's role because of the outside corner. That's all we're about to do in terms of like talking about it. In normal instances, yes. I just think that Mike's role as that slot is still very important in that Bengals defense. That's the only thing. But to me, Cam, I think the reason why I would pay him more though than what Mike is the versatility, because Mike, elite slot corner, he doesn't have the capability of lining up outside like that. Cam Sutton has proven now multiple occasions that he can line up out there and hold his own, along with being able to go in and still be a high-end slot corner. The thing that I also, the other big reason why I would like Cam to come back, his leadership. I think that he is one of the leaders of our defense. He doesn't get talked about as much as like a TJ or a Minka, but when you talk about the guys that are communicating, the guys that are leaders, the guys that the guys talk to, look to for answers, he's one of those guys. In the classroom, on the practice field, in the weight room, he checks all those boxes off, and he's a good dude off the field as well, which I actually do care about. You know what I mean? I guess my question to you would be, what's the number though?
Yeah, probably around there.
Where do you stop at?
7 or 8.
7 or 8.
Past that, yeah.
Because to me, I'm like, he gave you he took the L deal initially when you think about them paying the way Mike Hilton got paid. Remember, the Steelers didn't pay him like that. And then the Steelers also
like 4.5.
Yeah, and then the Steelers also did what? They brought in Akello, paid him, and then brought in a Levi. Now, granted, they didn't get more than him, but it's like you still bringing in multiple dudes at my spot trying to replace me. Those are outside corners that they brought in. Cam Sutton has still proven that he's better than them dudes or more consistent than those dudes, right? So that's the part where I'm like, does he get more because of that?
I don't think we gave him a raw deal, though, because he was more unproven.
He was. Yes,
I thought it was a decent deal, actually. It was just more like, we're moving on from Mike Hilton. We're going to pay you something, probably something that you're going to like. It's going to make you comfortable.
When he got that deal, that's all fine. I agree with you. How do you justify them bringing in Akello and they're bringing in Levi? Because we weren't bringing in those guys to not play on the outside. We were bringing in those guys to be on the outside, move Cam to the inside.
I feel like Cam was Cam was listed as our starting outside corner. I think was it both these years?
Yeah,
it was definitely coming into this year.
And what did we say coming in? We was like, man, they have to listen there because he's been here. But once we signed Levi and we brought back Akello, the mindset was those were going to be our outside starting corners. Cam was going to move inside. And it just so happened that Cam held his own, and then obviously the injuries happened to Akello in the season, but they never beat Cam out. And I think that's also something that he could take to the negotiating table with him as well.
I think that was just smart business by the Steelers. I don't think it was really a shot
for sure
at Cam Sutton. Akello played really good at the end of 2021. It's a no-brainer deal. You bring him back for $4 million a year. That was crazy. Yeah. And then to get Levi Wallace for $4 million, I was amazed by those deals. Because we thought Akello was maybe going to get around
as
8.
As a fan, that's the right mindset. As a player, I'm like, why you keep bringing people in my position? What are we doing? If I'm that guy, if you believe in me, you don't need both of them.
To be fair, I mean, Steelers, I think, had reason
Oh, no,
not
they
to
did,
believe
though,
in
yeah.
Cam Sutton to be that guy.
Absolutely did. But that's why I'm saying
Cam played this year and proved he's that guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now that he has that in his belt as well, it's like, bro, y'all didn't want to believe it the last time. Y'all brought in these other dudes last time. Like, pay me the right way. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's ever going to be a holdout situation. I don't think it's ever going to get nasty or nothing like that. I'm just saying, I think he good, I would like him to get in that 8 range.
Sure, yeah. Anything past that, you might be cringing a little bit. 10 and up, yeah.
10 hurt.
That's no way.
But he's outside starting corner. What's the outside starting corner market?
I don't know what it is right now.
I don't either. Yeah, what is it actually? Yeah. Ooh.
You know what's interesting?
Because I'm trying to think who's
I was bringing
him.
up William Jackson. This is one of the things we were talking about. Cam Sutton, Ogunjobi, these guys that could get significant contracts when it comes to like the cap space. Yeah. Just cutting William Jackson and Akella Witherspoon, we will be able to make this Sutton deal and Ogunjobi deal happen like in the snap of a finger.
We should.
And then I think you still even got some room there depending on what like an Edmonds or Casey gets. But obviously there's restructurings we could do as well. Some other cap casualties that we talked about. So I feel like we should be able to bring back, like it's not that far of a stretch. Because in the back of my mind, I'm a little worried. Can we bring all these guys back? Or are we just, in a way, printing monopoly money, just saying, oh yeah, bring this guy back, bring this guy back. I actually think we should be able to do it all.
I feel like right now we should. But negotiations are negotiations. And that's the part we'll see in terms of when numbers start getting thrown around. Sometimes players might think a little bit more highly of themselves than the organization feels. And sometimes the organization doesn't think highly enough of certain players. That's the part that we just got to see how that plays out. But on paper, yes, I agree. We should be able to retain a lot of what we currently have right now.
Okay, you ready for this?
All right, let's see.
The unrestricted guys?
Yeah.
Marcus Peters. Bradley Roby, James Bradbury.
Bradbury's the one.
Bradbury got 7.25 last year on that 1-year deal with the Eagles.
1 year?
Damn.
If it's a 1 year, you can cook it. Yeah.
What I'm saying is, I think that helps the case that Cam's probably not getting more than that.
Yeah, I would agree. That helps.
Because Bradbury even had the name and good productivity going in to that signing with the Eagles until only get 7. Now, he probably earned himself more after I played last year. But he's 29. Jonathan Jones, up in New England. Anthony Brown, Dallas. You familiar with him at all?
He got any 5 of these dudes on multi-years, though? Are all those ones? Because I'm trying to see if anyone's on a multi-year, what was their per-year average?
Right. Oh, they have. They have him here. But yeah, they had Jones at a 7. Brown at 5, but you're right. Let me see what Brown was getting. He was 3 years, 15.5.
See, I don't see Cam taking a deal like that.
That was back in 2020. Yeah. But listen, I mean, we're like only 4. I'm going from.
But that's the top of the list. I'm looking.
Yeah, this is like the top 4 or 5 guys in terms of what they were getting paid.
We should be good.
Marcus Peters was the most.
He's not in the class where you're going to be paying him 12, 14, 15. He's not in that class.
7 should be fine. Because Cam right now, out of this unrestricted free agent class, is based off what he was getting paid last year at 4.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7th highest.
No.
I don't know what that's saying about this unrestricted free agent cornerback class, though. Could maybe someone overpay because there's not too many names out here.
Because the big
usually you get a big name or two. No, the big name is Peters, and he's 30.
Yeah,
30, had a lot of injuries.
He had the ACL, not last year, year before.
Patrick Peterson.
Yeah, but he
4 mil. Eli Apple.
He's a lot older though.
Artie Burns.
What my dog get, man?
Last year?
Yeah.
2 million.
There it is. Tap in one time.
Yeah.
Keep collecting, baby. Stack it up.
Rock Ya-Sin.
That's homie in Indianapolis.
Sean Bunting. Grady Williams.
Say, ain't no real money out there, man.
PJ Williams from the Saints. Mike Hughes, Detroit.
I like it.